Hello everybody, it's Christine. It's time for a scrapbook process video, and this will be my third layout for the Color Rush Studios design team. And you guys, I've made two layouts already, honestly kind of using the same papers in a way. And I have been eyeing this strawberry paper here. This is the prettiest little paper, and I love it. Now I went searching on my phone. I have I shouldn't say no. I really didn't have any strawberry pictures. I had something like strawberry cheesecake or whatever, but just generally speaking, I had no strawberries. So I'm like, okay, I was almost being a little too literal because I do love these two papers together. I definitely want to use those. But I went looking, I had this picture of my daughter, and I don't know, for some reason, this gives me strawberry vibes, even though there's no strawberry. She's got like a little robe thingy on with flowers or whatever, but for some reason, this feels right to me. And it's kind of got this cream base over here, and I thought I think I might fussy cut these out. These little picture frames and stuff. And you know what? Maybe, I don't know. I thought I would try to make some kind of shaker pocket, but I don't think I have anything that'll work, but I'll try to do something. So I'm thinking I may fussy cut some of these frames out and use them some kind of way with these papers here. Now I still have these papers here. I still obviously have an extra of this. I have an extra of that. I still have this pink here, the last little bit of it. I even still have a full one of these. So I may end up, I don't know that I'll use these though, because I've used these on my last two layouts. So we'll have to see. I do still have this thing. I could even fussy cut some of these though, you guys. So if I fussy cut these and I fussy cut these, you know, could I do something? I don't know. I may pull that one out. So these might go to the side just because I've already kind of used these and I want to use something different. These I may use. I haven't decided. This seems a little more feminine / soft, and this is very bold. So I may set this aside and find a title in my stash. But I'm definitely thinking these three right here. And like I said, this is kind of pretty, so we'll see what I can do. So let me do a little thinking. I don't know what I'm going to do yet. I'll probably get a piece of white cardstock. Actually, guys, I have a piece of white cardstock. Mount that. And yeah, let me do a little bit of thinking. I'll be back on. Okay, everybody, quick check-in. What I have done so far, first, if I just mounted my photo on a piece of white cardstock, but I fussy cut little picture frames out of the back side of the yellow, this one. I think I have enough. I have like 9. And what I'm going to do is I also have cardstock, and I think what I'm going to do is I have this little stencil. It's a Vicky Bouton stencil. And I want to use, I pulled out some Distress Oxides here that kind of match what did I do with oh, here it is. Little color palette here. Those look like they go pretty well. So I think I'm going to use the speckled egg as kind of behind here. And then I picked up some stamps with little words. I may put those kind of behind just for texture with the pink. And then I'm imagining I'm going to tear the paper over here, and I want to tuck in, I love these little frazzles, you guys, and I think I'm going to tuck in possibly the floral, although I need to try it and see what it looks like, because I just think this is so neat with this little frazzled edge here. I'm going to kind of, I think, go down here. Of course, I've got to use my little strawberries, so I got to keep those out and not forget about those. Of course, I still have ephemera, and then I found a title in my stash. It's called Memories, and I think it's just really pretty, so that's what I think I'm going to use. Okay, so let me do my mixed media and do my tearing and things like that. And so I'll be back on. I'm trying not to lose this because I kind of liked this arrangement. So hopefully I don't lose it because I think it looks pretty with the picture kind of, I don't know. I'm going to have to look at it because I'm not sure. It needs a down here. It needs a little guy down here. Maybe I bring this down. I don't know, you guys. I'm going to have to mess with this just a little bit. It may come like that. I have to mess with this just a little bit. But anyways, that's kind of what I'm thinking. So let me do a little bit of this, and, well, I'll be on in the camera. I'm going to speed it up. All right?
Well, you guys, I apologize. That was my husband's yoga app going on in the background when I was trying to explain to you what I'm doing. So y'all might have heard, you know, leg lifts, hold for 30 seconds or some such. I don't even know. So I gone ahead and got my stencil out, and I got my little speckled egg, and I'm going very light-handed, you guys. I really just wanted to offer a little bit of, you know, light color. I didn't want a in-your-face mixed media with this blue. And so I've got my little stencil and I'm kind of moving around. And if I'm honest with you, some of the reason it's taken me a minute is because I'm trying to like match my little shape back up. And I've done it so light, it's a little hard to see with the, with the glare on the stencil. So it takes me just a second here, but I'm going to go ahead and just move around the page here. I'm not going to lie, you guys. I love how this layout turned out. I'm in love with it. I think this turned out so pretty. I think these little fibers that I'm about to stick on here are just wonderful. I thought the little strawberries are adorable. This whole thing just turned out really cute. So what I've got here is I had the two papers, the stripe and the strawberry, that I knew for sure I wanted to use together. And I still had this tone-on-tone pink in my, set of papers over here that I had torn up for a different layout. And I went ahead and cut it in half, and I'm going to use this. It's the back side of that little needlepoint page, or I say needlepoint embroidery hoops. Anyways, I'm going to use that as a third paper here because I want to put the little fibers in between. Frazzles, I guess maybe is the right word, because it's got the little frazzled edges. So I'm going to tear my green. And I know I'm organizing the green on top of the pink, and I'm going to take my strawberries here. I almost mess up, you guys. I want to save the side that has the little ribbon on the back side. So the back side of this was the one, if you go back and look at the unboxing, it looks kind of like a little pink ribbon wound around the paper, but there's a little bow on one side of it. And I wanted to keep that. And I almost messed up, you guys. I started to tear the wrong direction. But I realized it, and I fixed it. And so now I have to trim this little piece here that I started to tear, but it's totally fine. It works out perfectly. I'm happy with this. And so now there's my 3 papers. And in a second, I'm going to take my little frazzles, and there's plenty to go. There's plenty, honestly, to go 2 times. What I mean by that, I'm not going to go all the way around. I'm actually going to end up using a little glue and a little clear tape on the back side to hold it down, but I'm going to figure out how much I need here. Well, actually, I do that after this. I've got my little pieces of my little pre-cut or the fussy cut frames, and there's the stamp. I'm going to use that little stamp. It's kind of words, and it has like a little splatter on it, and I'm going to use the pink ink with that. But I have to I've kind of got in my head, I need to figure out my frazzles. I don't know why. My brain's a little bit all over the place here. But you guys, look at that. How pretty is that? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, you guys. The floral on here is just... It's a really great contrast to these pink strawberries and this green paper. And I also just love these little, frazzled edges. I think this is just such a great texture. And there's even little strings, kind of coming off because it is kind of frazzled. And I leave that stuff, really. I think the only one I kind of cut is right there because it was kind of... I think it was tying it together or something. It wasn't doing what I wanted to exactly, but I'll leave most of the little frazzly pieces. So I'm going to trim these down just a little bit because I know I'm going to use some tape and glue and stuff. So that's how that's going to kind of look right there. And look at that, you guys. And then there's my photo. Oh, I'm not going to lie. I'm just in love with this layout. So I've got my stamp I'm just kind of figuring, I'm just figuring. And so I think at this point I have glued down my papers and my ribbon. And I know... No, that's not true. I haven't glued it down because I know I got to put my pink ink down here. I want this pink ink, but I don't want it to be crazy in my face. But on the other hand, I know my little frames are going to go over it. So I'm just going to put basically 5 little pink spots of ink. And it's not real words. Like if you look at this stamp, it looks kind of like handwriting, but there's not real words there. You can't read anything. It's not really saying anything. I kind of like this little stamp set, you guys. I got it from Joann's the other day. It's by Park Lane. That might be their brand. I'm not really certain. I was kind of encouraged. I was enabled by Tara over at the Paper Snob. She was talking about their papers. I really didn't see any papers that struck me, but I definitely was like wandering around the sales section for the stamp and things like that. I was wandering around. I did decide to go ahead and add some splatters with my speckled egg. I felt like it just needed a little something, something. So I do add some splatters. I just got a little wet paintbrush and I, mashed around inside some ink. I added some water too. So actually, no, I didn't add the water. I used my wet paintbrush to add the water. And so that looks really pretty. I'm not unhappy with this at all. So now I'm going to start gluing down my little torn papers. Now, the pink paper there had been torn where the white edge is on the back side, so you don't have the white edge. And I'm okay with that because it's against the white paper. And so that's okay. And then I've got my, my ribbons and then my green and stuff. So I'm going to have to kind of use a little bit of, I kind of mess with that. I want to make sure I didn't lose sight of what I was trying to do here with these ribbons and things. You guys almost messed that up right there. I do use a little Nuvo glue. I wasn't 100% sure. I could have probably pulled out red tape, but I kind of wanted the fabric to be able to kind of have a little movement if it needed to, you know what I mean? So I just use a little Nuvo glue at the bottom and the top, and then like I said, on the back side, I'm going to end up using a little Nuvo glue and a little clear tape, but this looks perfectly fine just this way. You can't see the glue. Nuvo dries clear, and I just did the top and the bottom, so it's you guys, again, I keep going back and looking at this layout, and I'm just like in love. I'm like just so smitten with it. I'm going to tear these pages, the little edges up just a little bit. I think at the bottom on the green down there, I tear back just a little bit because it's a little too far to the right on the bottom. So I'll tear just a little bit more, but this looks perfectly, this looks good. And I'm sorry, it's taken me just a minute, you guys, even though this is so crazy. You know, you double speed this up and you think, oh, I'm moving along pretty quick, and still it takes me forever. But I'm being kind of particular. I'm not going to lie. I really wanted these ribbons and stuff to go kind of where I wanted them. And I'm really pleased. You see the ribbon? That's the part I was telling you. The backside looks like a little ribbon wound around it. I've looked at this. I have enough for at least, I've already done 3 layouts with this, and I'm pretty starting to have enough for at least 2 more. I'm kind of imagining one of my first layouts, I had some circles I had cut out, and I kind of want to use those. I'm pretty starting to have enough for 2 more layouts. I don't know if I'll do 2 more layouts this month, just because I've already got quite a few other videos kind of uploaded, but we shall see. I may still make them, and we'll see. I never know. I just make stuff, and I record pretty much every layout I do if I can, because I don't know. I feel like if I'm going to scrap, I might as well give myself a little bit of a incentive to get it done. Like I sometimes think when I video, I have to move a little faster, and it does make me work faster. I typically can get a layout done unless I add extra work like fussy cutting or stitching or something like that. I can usually get it done in about 45 minutes. So it makes me get things done quicker when I have to record. And I kind of like that like little incentive. So there's my frames, and I've got those organized in the order I like them. And I just love how that looks. I think that looks so neat. And they're basically now little spots for embellishments. So I've got those glued down now. I just used Nuvo glue. I've also kind of attached my ribbon. I took my glue and my tape on the back side. And now I'm adding my title. This is the kind of the back end of me adding the word memories. And I did have to use some Nuvo glue. It was definitely not going to stick otherwise. So I added some glue, and I've crossed along, you know, the bottom down there over a couple of the frames. And then now I've pulled out all those little pieces of ephemera and my strawberries. Now I'm going to start with the strawberries, you guys. There's 6 little strawberries. There's 2 of each color. But I end up only using 5. I tried to use the 6th one, but I couldn't figure out a spot that would make it not look unbalanced. I even tried kind of over on the left side a little bit, but nope, he's going to go back in the embellishment box, which is not a bad thing. It can be used on another layout, no problem. And so now I'm pulling out these little colored florals, and all I'm really doing is just adding like little baby embellishment clusters to each of my frames. I don't actually keep that one pink floral up there by her. I moved that one. It's going to go to the top. I just basically use the strawberries as kind of as a little base for the floral bottom. I thought about using that chair. I think it's really pretty, but I ended up not finding a spot for it. I thought about initially in the lower right corner, but that wasn't going to work because of my title and stuff like that. So that's not going to go there. I think I even tried in the lower left corner at one point, but I don't know. It just didn't speak to me over there. So he doesn't go on this layout. I'll put him back. Which is okay, because I still have, honestly, I haven't even used the houses and stuff, you guys. There's like little ephemera houses and stuff. And I'm in my head, I'm going, okay, I need to find something that kind of speaks to like the home or, you know, something along those lines. I do like this little hand holding this teacup. I think that is so cute. She loves tea, so it's apropos. The other thing I'm going to end up doing is coming in here. I'm just kind of organizing all these, and I will come in and add foam under basically the ends of every one of the little florals. So I'm going to glue the bottoms down with glue, and then I'll add foam up underneath the edges of the florals because I just love that way that dimension looks. So that's basically, I think, how they're all going to go. I tried this little puffy flower that was with the title, but I couldn't really figure out a good way for that to look right either. So at this point, I have glued all my flowers down and added the foam up underneath the edges. And I decided to pull out some little enamel dots, or a little more half pearls. I thought about sequins. I even pulled them out. But the mix I had, I would have had to kind of pick through quite a bit, and I didn't really want to do that. And then I also thought about Nuvo glue, or Nuvo drops rather, and I decided against that because I thought, Christine, go ahead and get into your bucket of jewels and stuff. You have so many. So this is actually from my stash. It's got like a little soft pink, a little soft green, and a little soft yellow, which I thought was perfect with this color palette. And I basically just put 3 little clusters, big, middle, and small, and I've organized that around. And then I don't do it on camera, but I will add the date and the location on the little frame that's above the title. It's going to say March 2017, New York, because this photo was taken in New York. She had some kind of a photo shoot up there. We'd gone up there for a little vacation, and that's what she had done. And there we go, you guys. How pretty is this? Oh my gosh, I love this. I am so in love with this layout. Thank you guys so much for watching. Don't forget to check out the Color Rush Studio website. She's got some specials going on for signups. It is, you can do a monthly kit, and I think you can also do a la carte. So make sure you go check out the website. I'll drop the link below, and you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk to you soon. Bye.